Hello, 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 and welcome. This is Beverly Fells Jones, the Silver Fox of Consciousness, and welcome to my show. If you've listened to me before, you know that I talk about how to expand your world of thought, explore the world of positive thinking, law of attraction, and consciousness from many points of view. And I intend to share with you information that will enlighten and empower you in your life, because I am here to encourage you to think in the positive and show you how miracles can happen, because I truly believe you have been given the power of the word and thought to create the life that you desire. So if you're new, thank you for being here. Please subscribe, share, and please like this episode so that as I've heard other creators say, Google will recommend it to other people. So I'm still working on Catherine Ponder's The Prosperity Secrets of the Ages, but I'm skipping chapter 6 right now. It is going to come a little later. But right now I'm in chapter 7 of the book. And that chapter is entitled Turning Failure into Success. And she's taking this from the story of the Tower of Babel. And if you remember, it was all these people everybody had the same language, right? And they said, let's build this tower that will take us up into the heavens so we can get into the heavens. And so infinite wisdom caused the tower to be broken, and that the people were scattered. And this is how all the languages came to be. Now, that's my remembrance of the story of the Tower of Babel. But Catherine has a different take. Remember, she's looking at the stories within the scriptures to be allegories. So let me start with chapter 7. The story of the Tower of Babel shows you how to turn failure into success and how to banish failure from your life. She talks on about the descendants of Noah also show you what most people do to bring about failure in the first place. Boy, I can understand that. And she says, throughout this book, I seek to bring to your attention something that is a shock to many people. All right, now listen to this next statement, because I basically tell you this in my introduction. What you think about everything in life affects your health, your wealth, and happiness. Okay? So she says, what you think about everything in life affects your health, your wealth, and happiness. And in my introduction, I tell you, I truly believe you have been given the power of the word and thought to create the life you desire. And she's just saying it in a slightly different way. She says, what you think about God and man, what you think about life and death, what you think about marriage and divorce, what you think about your husband, wife, children, in-laws, business associates, neighbors, and friends, what you think about world affairs in general and your own life in particular, all these attitudes and many more affect your success. She talks about the symbiology in the Babel story, and especially she emphasizes the important and little known success secret. So let's take a look at that. Noah's descendants became very ambitious and built a city. Okay? And she tells us that's in Genesis 11. Later, they built the Tower of Babel, which they hoped would reach heaven. And the word Babel means confusion. It is confusion that brings failure in life. Confused thinking, confused standards of living, confused emotions that are a mixture of good and evil, all cause failure. Often man is like the descendants of Noah as he builds confusion into his thoughts, feelings, and actions. It is then that failure seems to tower over him, just as the Tower of Babel overwhelmed the descendants of Noah. Noah's descendants were scattered abroad by their confusion. So does man often lead a scattered, dissatisfying, unsuccessful way of life when confusion towers over him? Think about that. So when you are feeling unsure, I'm using a different term, but when you feel unsure, or you're not sure about what you want to do, or you don't know what directions you're going, you've got multiple things coming into your mind, you become confused, unsure, uncertain. And so when you think about it, the word Babel means confusion. And that confusion can cause people to stop, to be frozen in their tracks, and they don't do anything. And that's where she says it brings failure in life. All right, so she got a new heading: Secret Thoughts Produce Failure. The story of the Tower of Babel begins by saying that the descendants of Noah journeyed east, where they found a plain in the land of Shinar in which they settled. The secret formula for failure is found in this one statement. So let's see what she means. As stated in the last chapter, the word Noah means peaceful, calm state of mind. The descendants of Noah would also symbolize your peaceful, calm, even secret states of mind, which journey east. The word east always means within in Bible symbiology. Your journey east in your thinking occurs when you turn within and secretly think deeply or secretly feel deeply in certain ways. Your secret thoughts are always your thoughts which go deep, deep within and affect your mind, body, and affairs in powerful ways. The science of holistic medicine has known and taught this great truth since ancient Egyptian times. It was those powerful secret attitudes and emotions that Solomon was warning man about when he said, "As he thinketh in his heart, so is he." That's Proverbs 23:7. Solomon was really saying what you think, what you feel, and do secretly is sooner or later shouted from the housetops, either as a failure or as a success in your life. Now, I won't say shouted from the housetops, but what I will say, look around you. Look where you live. If you drive a car, what kind of car do you drive? What kind of job do you have? How are your relationships going? How is your financial stability? All these things in your life, you take a look at them. And different things that happen in your life, and look backwards as to how you got there. And this is not blaming anybody else or the system or your mom or your dad or your husband or your kids. This is looking within yourself at how you thought And when you made the decision to do a certain thing, what was your feeling inside? Did you do something out of fear? Did you do something out of wanting to please someone else? Did you make that decision because you felt that was the only thing you could do? As he thinketh in his heart, so is he. As she said, what you think, feel, and do secretly is sooner or later shouted from the housetops. In other words, it shows up in your house either as a failure or a success in your life. People who think they can get by with leading a double life are often surprised when they find their secret thoughts and actions have led to anything but secret results. People who think they can get by with things in life have not yet learned the age-old truth. As you sow, so you will inevitably reap. It cannot be avoided. We have to learn through experience that we get by with nothing in life. That a man cheats only himself out of health, wealth, and happiness when he tries to cheat on life. The Epistle of James describes this kind of person as the double-minded man, unstable in all his ways. And that's James 1:8. What do you think about that? What do you think about just getting by? People say, how you doing? I'm getting by. That's expressing how you secretly feel. How you doing? I'm fantastic. Life is wonderful. I'm where I want to be, not where I'm supposed to be, but where I want to be, or where I have thought myself to be. I'm on YouTube because I thought myself to be on YouTube. Okay. Let me read a little further. Divided thinking produces failure. So let us now pursue our success symbiology a little further to discover the other reasons for failure. After the descendants of Noah journeyed east, they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. A plain, P-L-A-I-N, in the Bible symbolizes a low state of mind. A plain is a low level. A plateau is higher, right? While mountains symbolize uplifted states of mind, not only did Noah's descendants find a plain or get into the low, depressed, fearful, negative state of mind, but they dwelled there. Low, depressed, fearful, negative state of mind. Are you there? Maybe you're not there in all areas of your life, but take a note, write it down in your journal, and think of the areas that you feel low, depressed. What are you afraid of? What are you negative in? And if you're not sure, and you think you're not doing anything negative, talk to your best friend. Talk to the person that knows you the most. Now, sometimes that might be the spouse, but I'd go, yeah, I talk to the spouse, I talk to my best friend, I even talk to the kids, right? And you ask them, when do I express negativity? Under what circumstances do I express negativity? For myself, all right? Or coworker, ask the question. Write it. Do not say, no, I don't. No, this is how they see you, and listen to how you speak. Because I got permission from a friend of mine to call her out. I'm not negative. And then I'll say, you want to turn that statement around? Because that's negative. You're saying it can't or won't, or they hurt me, or they did so-and-so. Take care of it. Let me go on. It is no sin to get into a discouraged state of mind. In fact, psychologists said there are times when man's emotions demand a house cleaning. At such low times, many negative emotions rise to the surface of our thinking and we feel depressed, perhaps for no particular reason. I've been experiencing that over the last few weeks. And I keep saying, where is this coming from? Why do I have it? Is this somebody else's emotions that I am feeling? And so we go through and say, okay, where is this coming from? And so she says, when this happens to you, you can know that a healthy adjustment is taking place. Your emotions are mercifully throwing out and dissolving many old negative thought patterns that have been buried deep in your subconscious mind. Do not resist these low periods, but just give thanks that a deep emotional cleansing is taking place. After such low periods pass, and they will pass, don't resist them, don't condemn yourself for it, you will always feel relieved, unburdened, and are better able to take hold and meet the challenges of daily living victoriously. And so this is what I'm saying. Analyze, why am I feeling this way? What has put me in this state? Did somebody say something? Did somebody do something? Did you see something on the news or on social media? Or did you, somebody hurt you? Or did you feel you hurt something else? Or even you found out bad news from a friend of yours, that your friend is going through something, and you have that empathy and you can feel that lowness. Eventually, you will figure out what it is. And one of the things that I've been finding out is the food we eat can affect our emotions. That's a whole nother video, a whole nother conversation, but food can affect you. It is no sin to get into a low state of mind, but is dangerous if you deliberately dwell there. A continuing state of depression, anxiety, fear, and pessimism leads to confusion, ill health, financial problems, and general failure in life. Some authorities have even said that if you can keep your thoughts and feelings uplifted only 51% of the time, you can avoid confusion and you can experience success in life. Of course, the more uplifted your thoughts are above this 51%, the more able you are to avoid confusion and achieve success consistently. Not only does a plane symbolize a low state of mind, but the word shinar means a divided state of mind. A mind that emphasizes evil instead of good. A mind that believes it has to fight for its good, scheme for it, outwit others for it. A shinar state of mind is a confused, upset, inharmonious, fighting state of mind that is filled with violent emotions and that tries to have its own way regardless of the rights and feelings of others. Getting into and remaining in a shinar state of mind always leads to divided thinking, which results in confusion. Okay. So she goes on in this, and she's going to give some examples. She does one about adultery causing illness. Giving up married man brings marriage. So this was somebody that was dating a married man, gave him up. Secret relationship causes heart trouble. So these three are all talking about, dealing in relationships you're not supposed to. This one, secret hates cause overweight. Forcing your good produces failure. So, I'm going to go through the secret adultery causes illness. I'm going to look at forcing your good produces failure. But I encourage you to buy the book so you can see the other examples. But I think I'm just going to do the one because I'm at 20 minutes and I don't like to go longer, right? So a businesswoman who had been divorced by her husband became bitter toward the world and decided to get even by leading a double life. In her business bitterness, she began going with a married man. And soon she was secretly living with him. But in due time, the results of such a confused, divided, bitter state of mind were no secret to the world, because our health reacted in such a way that certain areas of her body became pained and swollen. She was in a type of business where beauty and good looks were required. To lose her health meant ultimately she would lose her job. Of course, in the meantime, as her health declined, so did her sales and financial income. Finally, she became very frightened when her health problem did not respond to the finest medical treatment available. In desperation, she sought spiritual help. She was informed that the swelling and pain were a result of wrong thoughts, feelings, and actions. She obviously had been dwelling in a low state of mind in the divided land of Shinar. She was informed she would have to make right whatever was secretly wrong in her world, as the only hope for solving her health and financial problems. This was not an easy prescription to follow, but this attractive woman realized that it was foolish to lose her health and job for a married man who planned to stay that way. Soon she gave up her married lover, moved out of his apartment, went to another town, and began her business career anew. As she found the courage to make these changes, she found that the pain and swelling gradually left her body. Responding to the medical treatment previously prescribed, as she continued to make right what had been secretly wrong in her life, every phase of her world improved. She is a much happier woman today for having risen out of the confused, divided state of mind and circumstances. Ideas are the secret of success. So I've skipped over the other examples. Like I said, I encourage you to buy the book. The main lesson we learned from the Tower of Babel story is not attempt to force our good in a given situation, for force only brings confusion and failure. Emerson said, all advancement and progress come through ideas, not through physical force or mechanical force. Perhaps it surprises you that several of the allegories in Genesis points this out in various ways. Had the descendants of Noah been open and receptive to the inflow of other ideas, rather than trying to force their own, their story might have had a happier ending. You will see as you analyze your failure experiences in life that you made the same mistake as Noah's descendants. You tried to force your own limited ideas in a situation, rather than being receptive to the highest and best methods of accomplishment. When it seems you have failed, it is good to know you can still become open and receptive to the highest and best for that situation by meditating upon this statement. Divine intelligence. What is the divine idea that can heal and adjust this situation? Let the divine idea appear. It is not for me to know how I get the idea. Nah, I don't like that one. It is not for me to know how this healing has occurred, how this situation has changed. I know that it is coming to me now, and so it is. The right idea or the next step of accomplishment will then reveal itself to you personally, or someone else will take the right action, or some unforeseen opportunity or event will point the way. This has happened to me many times. I decide to go somewhere and I meet somebody and they say something to me which is, oh, that's the answer. I decide to pick a book, or I go to a doctor's office and there's a magazine there, and guess what? That magazine has what I need in it. You never know. And the fitting conclusion from the Tower of Babel story, you have learned what not to do so as to avoid failure or overcome it. This is a fitting conclusion to the success allegories of Genesis. Now we're going to go to additional chapters and learn additional things from her. And her next part is going to be talking about the prosperous people of Genesis. Well, this is Beverly Fells Jones, the Silver Fox of Consciousness. Please like, subscribe, share, and I will continue to share with you authors and people that I believe that will teach you the fact that you're given the power of the word and thought to create the life you desire. So as you have believed, let it be done to you, and it is so, and I will see you in the next video.